consecutive time to meet. And I feel like we've built on what we've learned together and where we were at on Monday morning compared to here, which is lovely. So today I really want to take you through a full movement class, and there'll be times in there where we're really moving and breathing together, and then there'll be other times where, you know, we're articulating things a little bit differently, and, you know, sort of taking a breath or taking a moment if you need it. So hopefully it'll be a good sort of ebb and flow to class. I want to remind you today, perhaps our intention can be to move with ease, but still finding some dynamics within that. So when we're looking for dynamics or those highlight moments, they don't want to like lock you down, but they, you know, you want to keep the freedom within what we're exploring. So I hope we can roll with that. And just so you know that we're mostly doing Fletcher Floorwork. So Ron Fletcher was a student of Joe and Clara Pilates in their studio in New York City in, I'm going to say, the 60s. And prior to meeting Joe and Clara, he was dancing with Martha Graham. And he didn't move, like he was one of those guys who didn't move until he was like 18 or 19. You know, he didn't grow up in movement or anything like this. And he saw a show, is what he told us, that he saw a show of the Graham Company in New York City in the 60s and just went like, how do I get to this? Where do I go? What is this, you know? And so he danced with Martha Graham, and then he met Joe and Claire because he was having some knee issues. But of course, Joe never really looked at his knee. He paid attention to his spine and went through like a lot of the things that we're learning, right? These fundamentals. So then he took the Pilates fundamentals and created what we know of as the Fletcher Floorwork. So there's a lot of Graham influence, and it's based on the Pilates principles. And I had the pleasure of studying with him. I met him when he was 80, and he worked with us until he was 90, which was like totally incredible. Some similarities to like Peter Bonham, you know, really like teaching intuitively and using everything, you know, eyes and feet and fingers and focus and everything. So I just love Fletcher Floorwork, and I'm really happy to be able to share this class with you. So let's start standing, and then we'll make our way down to the floor. Okay, I changed my setup today since we're really mostly on the floor. So let's see if you can see, I don't know if you can see my feet. No, okay. Patience, patience. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right, so let's take a moment to just stand, feet grounded. We'll go hip width apart, letting the arms relax for a moment. And I'll just ask you to close your eyes and just feel where the weight is on your feet. If we can have like two directions of energy, so the feet are rooted down. We don't have to work a lot to just be there. The hips and the legs are kind of grounding down. But what we want to try to do is like lengthen the waist and the spine out of the pelvis so that we can create that availability for a free spine. And you may just want to notice overall how you're feeling right now. There's maybe areas that do want to just tense because that's what they're used to doing. And slowly we can learn new habits. So let's open our eyes and bring our hands to the sides of the ribs. And we'll take a few simple breaths together to reconnect to that breath. So expanding side to side on the inhalation. And then let all the air out. And another inhalation. And let all the air out. 2 more breaths for that. So as you're exhaling, you're trying to stay long in the spine, but still rooted into the floor. I'll do that one more time. Bring one hand to the front, one hand to the back. And let's focus on the breath front to back. And if you can just make sure your eyes are looking way out in line with your eye level, not at the screen. All right, give yourself a nice breath in. And then soften the chest. Take another. And then switch hands. Same thing, a breath forward and back, front and back of the body. And one more time. And soften on the exhalation. Okay, bring the hands down to the low belly. If you can just make sure that you're muted. Natalia, could you mute yourself, please?
Sorry?
Can you mute your device?
Sorry, I was closing the door because my kids are...
That's okay. Let's think, excellent. Let's think more about the exhalation, everybody. So on your exhalation, you're actually going to touch those low abdominals and you're going to slide your hands up, okay? So you take your 3 deep breath in and then you exhale. Trying to lengthen and take another breath in to expand. Exhale, slide the hands up the sides of the body, feeling the space between the hips and the ribs. And one more breath in. And this time exhale and slide up the back of the body. So if our hands could fit all the way around, we'd slide up all that at the same time. Okay, so let's breathe the arms out to the side and breathe out. Once again. Let's do a little 2 count breath. One more. Take the arms and carry them up, following your hands. And down. So using your eyes, follow your fingertips up. And exhale, follow them down. And again, inhale, follow them up. And exhale down. You may feel like you're getting longer in your waist. Inhale up. And exhale down. And this time, bring them up and circle them all the way around. Okay, let's step a little bit wider. Can you just follow along? So we're going to sweep one arm and the other. Remember, nice and easy. So we're trying to get to the depth of that one lunge, that one plie, but with ease. Other side. One more. Same beginning. Then we're going to side bend on the exhale. Inhale, go to the other side. And exhale, just roll around and end up centered. Other side. roll down, lead with your chin. You're taking as many breaths as you need. This is just for you to explore how the spine is moving this morning. If you need to soften your knees, you can. And when you roll up, remember that gentle fist to belly feeling. Don't overwork your legs to come up. Let them stay rooted down. And remember to roll up through the neck and through the head. And then this time we're going to take 3 breaths together, going down and going up. Here we go. Letting the breath move you. One more breath to get to the bottom. Rolling up, easy, moving through the spine. And roll up through the neck and through the head. Excellent. And then just bring yourself together. Okay, what I want you to do is think about the outside edge of your foot and the inside edge of your foot and the outside edge of your foot. So I want you to slide the inside edge and I want you to slide the outside edge. And your arms just do what they need to counterbalance. So you're sliding the inside edge, you're sliding the outside edge. And just explore that another few times as we stand on one leg here, getting that one hip ready to move. And one more time. And then let's do that on the other side. So we're sliding on the inside edge, sliding on the outside edge. So it's also loosening up through the ankles, the knees, the hips, getting sort of connected to the floor, which is our surface. It's like our piece of equipment today. And one more time, sliding on the inside edge and sliding on the outside edge. Okay, so that actually was taking us through a little bit of a figure 8 through the leg. So just want you to take a little figure 8 and then step to the side. Figure 8, step to the side. So now the sort of toes and maybe ball of the foot is what's sliding on the floor. That's it. Okay. We've talked through our clock a couple of times this week. So I'm going to talk you through what if we did figure 8 and then we're going to go to 12 o'clock. We're going to do figure 8. We're going to go to like 1:30. We're going to do figure 8, 3 o'clock. We're going to go to about 4:30 or like back diagonal. We're going to go to 6 o'clock, which is straight back. And then what I want you to do is just explore any and all of those times on your own, making this as little or as big as you feel your body can explore this morning. But remember, you want this like softness in the joints. And the arms are moving and the spine is moving. So everything is starting to get involved, but we are limiting ourselves to being on that one leg. You can even try some crossovers. Ooh, that's a hard one. And then let's just make our way back to 2 feet. Okay, we have another side. So explore first just the figure 8. And then shift off that standing leg a few times to the side. Woo. So we also sort of work our principle of centering, getting back on one leg. And then we're going to explore the clock again. So for me, it would be still 12 o'clock. But then it's going to be figure 8, sort of what, 10:30, I think. And then straight to the side, 9 o'clock. And then back diagonal. And then straight back would be our 6 o'clock again. And then see about, can you overcross a little bit in the back? Can you overcross a little bit in the front? Oof. Okay. And then just explore through all of those minutes, all of those possibilities. letting your arms just flow with it. Everything works. It's all beautiful and excellent. We're just warming things up in a different way and trying to feel connected, right? Like from the feet through to the whole body. It's looking great, everybody. Whew. Okay, and then we make our way back onto 2 feet. Okay, so we're going to make our way down to the floor. So take another easy roll down for yourself. Making your way down to the floor. And we're actually going to walk out to hands and knees, so onto all fours. So you want to line up, remember the inner fold of the elbows, knees right under your hips. While everybody's getting set up, take a few breaths here, let your belly actually relax. And then exhale, gently connect through those abdominals, but without changing the spine. So we inhale and expand 3D. And we're going to do that again. As if the tailbone and the crown of the head had a difference in opposition of their energy. So they're stretching away from one another, even though the belly's connecting. And we'll do that one more time. And then on subsequent breaths, try not to release the belly so much, okay? And we're going to reach our opposite arm, opposite leg. So we have one breath to reach, opposite arm, opposite leg, stretching away from your center, and a breath to return. But remember that spine is staying long and in the middle. Let's switch sides. Switching sides again. And return. Other side, staying connected to the midline. And return. Good stuff, everybody. Can you flex your toes and just shift your weight back onto your feet? So we might get a little bit of a foot stretch there. And then return, point your feet, or actually relax them and then sit back on your heels. Okay, we're just doing that a few times. So we can go inhale, shift forward onto your hands. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, shift forward, relax your feet. Exhale, shift back. That's it. And again, so putting a bit of weight on both hands. Switch. One more time, everybody. And have a seat. Okay, bring yourself up to sitting. And then let's all find our way in our diamond shape here. Okay, so a little bit more about getting ourselves set up here. Let's again feel those 2 sits bones in the floor. That's the bottom of our pelvis. And we haven't talked about this yet, but this cue that we use called butt belly. So what you're trying to do is sort of give yourself a place to lengthen out from. So the work of the butt or of the glutes is really low, like at the sits bones. So if we're just sitting there and we're totally relaxed, that's one thing. If we can engage like the sits bones come together just a little bit without it going so much that it grips in your hips, that's what we're looking for there. And in combination with that, we have the length of the belly, which gives us that front and back support. Okay, so it doesn't look like we're doing much, but we're going to relax that on the inhale and keep our length. And on the exhale, we're going to engage gently through the glutes and feel that lift out of the floor without doing it so much that it grips in our hips, okay? Inhale, release that a little bit. Exhale, reconnect and feel yourself supported front to back. And one more time, everybody, a little release. And then engage. And now we've like set the stage to move here. Okay, bringing the hands together or almost touching. And we'll do one hand at a time. So follow one arm up, open it to the side, bring it back up, and follow it down. Other side. So inhale up, we lengthen. Exhale, open and turn the head. Inhale, center, and follow your hand down. Other side. Both arms, so we lift them up. We open them and maybe we high lift a little bit. Inhale, return the hands, and exhale, follow them down. And again, so stay free through the shoulders. Exhale to open. Inhale, see your hands, and exhale down. Last time, everybody. And then circle the arms behind you. Lean back a little bit so that you can let one leg close on top of the other and rotate through the pelvis. And then we'll return to our diamond. So we have. There's a little bit of weight on your hands, but you're mostly trying to continue to lift yourself out of the floor. So you kind of feel light and available to move through the hips. That's how I like to think of it. And one more time. And then find your center again. And let's go through our contraction. So today what we'll do is take one breath to contract forward. So here we go. The hands are just circling, and as you exhale, they end up on your feet. And then we're going to take one breath to roll up, find that ease in your vertical. And then you're going to circle your arms back, your blades squeeze together a little bit. There's sort of a high lift trying to happen. And then back to the center. So we contract forward. Rolling up. Nice sequential movement through the spine. Keep the arms circling. High lift. You're still on your pelvis. And back to the center. And again, contracting forward, everybody. That little fist to belly feeling. Rolling yourself up, feeling the weight of the pelvis in the floor. Keep the pelvis there. Lift the sternum if you can. And come back to the center. Last one. Lift the chest, arms reach back, and back to the center. Okay, circle the arms. We did this yesterday, so we have an inhale to go up. The exhale, we're going to contract back and reach the feet out towards each other. So it's like our feet and legs are reaching towards each other, and our pelvis is reaching back. And then we're going to lift up through that diamond, long, long spine, and circle the arms back. How much can they reach back without shifting your ribs forward? All right, fitting all that in. Here we go. Stay for a breath. Lengthen up. And reach the arms back. We go again, long neck. Stay for a breath. Lengthen up and reach the arms back. Adding on. Stay for a breath there. Feel like the most amount of work is scooping in the belly, and we'll open one arm to twist. And the other. One more. Lengthen up through the center and stretch and circle the arms back. One more time. Contracting back, stretching the hips forward. Open the other arm. And close. Alternating. Last one. Keep the legs like this, stretch up and bring the arms back. Okay, we're going to do a little mini version of that. So you can work legs together or with a little bit of space if it feels better, if you feel more available in your hips and your lumbar spine. So either or. And what I want you to do is just contract back a little ways. You can have hands here, you can have hands here. So it's a really small, little easy contraction back. And then when you go to sit up, I really want you to feel the weight of your pelvis, not your legs doing the work. And when you go to sit tall, you're thinking a little bit of energy in the front, a little bit of energy in the back. It's subtle, but it's just so that this position feels a little better and not like you're so rigid here. Okay. So a little contraction back. And then return the pelvis, keep it weighted in the floor, and it's the front and the back and the sides of the body that's keeping you up. Let's do that again. Curling back, a little subtlety. And then heavy pelvis. It's that oppositional energy. That's good. And one more time, curling back. And lengthening back up. So if we were to just keep this energy that we have through the spine and we were to take our diamond shape, it's like this is this centering position that we want to come back to. So if we do something like this, it's like, whoa, there we are. This is what we're trying to come back to, and then press down. Okay, so there's a little bit of dynamic, but without rigidity. So nice and easy. We're going to go through this a few times. So first, let's just look to the right, back to the center, look to the other side, back to the center. Let your eyes see your whole space, what's over there, and back to the front, and look the other way, what's over there, and back to the front. So we look, and then we inhale, side bend. Exhale, circling around. Inhale, here we are in the center. And exhale, press. Look the other way, and. And. And keep the weight through your pelvis as you circle around, recentering. That's looking great, everybody. Last one. excellent. Bring the legs forward. And I want you to wave through your feet. So you're curling them back and then you're stretching them forward. So we can go. That's it. One more. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to get ready to roll down onto our backs. I just want to show you the pelvic press once in case you need a little detail of that. So we're going to be on our back, legs hip width apart. And the first little piece of it is important because it's that curling, it's that opening of the lumbar spine. And we want to do that just by scooping deep, deep belly in. And once we've curled as much as we can, then the legs will kick in and take us up. And then as we come down, it's about sequentially moving. And then we finish in that heavy neutral spine. Okay, let's give that a go. So rolling down onto your back. That way you can keep your eyes looking up to the ceiling and hopefully you can follow my cueing. So the arms can be in a T or they can be in a low V if that's better for your shoulders. And just take a moment to feel the weight of the pelvis. Just let it be, okay? Give yourself an inhale. Exhale, curl the tailbone up with those deep abdominals scooping in. And we're just going to do that a few times. Inhale, reach the pelvis down. Exhale, curling the pelvis up. It's like we're opening that lumbar spine. And again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl the pelvis. And one more time, inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, curl, keep the curl, and now continue to roll up through the spine, working some glutes and hamstrings for sure. And now we're going to come down on 3 breaths. So 1 breath for the shoulders, 1 breath for the ribs and the waist, and the last breath for the pelvis. We're going to do this a few times. Here we go. We have 2 breaths up. And we have 3 down. Two breaths to curl up. Keep feeling your feet in the floor. And as your weight comes onto your shoulders, make sure there's still some weight on your feet. And rolling down. And once you roll down, you want to connect yourself into the surface of your floor quite actively. And I think we're all the way down. Okay, curling up on 2. And we're going to stay up at the top here. Can everybody take a breath in and out and get the sense that you're in a really long line from your shoulders through your pelvis, past your knees. That looks great. And then lift your heels, inhaling. Exhale, press your heels down. We're going to do 4 of them. One more. Feeling some work in the glutes, rolling down. 3 breaths. And lengthen the pelvis out. Let's repeat, curling up on 2. Working the glutes and the hamstrings on both sides, standing on both feet. Lifting the heels. 1. 2 more. Rolling down, 3 breaths. And lengthen the pelvis down. Great. So let the legs just totally relax on the floor for a moment. Let's review that imprinting that we did on the floor here the other day. So just for a moment, let the floor take the weight of your body. Let it take the weight of the back of the head, the shoulders, ribs and arms, pelvis, and legs. Okay, so as we breathe in and out for that 3D connection of the abdominals, we're just keeping our legs totally out of it. So we're going to breathe in, everybody. Exhale all the air out. Keeping the length between the tailbone and the crown of the head. And then inhale again. Exhale, drawing the belly in. We're like connecting ourselves into the floor and into ourselves. And again, breathing in. And this time also connect the shoulders to yourself and to the floor without popping yourself off the floor. And one more time, inhale, let that go. And exhale, connect belly, shoulders, and arms. So if you kept everything that's working and you just brought the legs together, so I'm not totally lying there doing nothing. I'm sort of like connected through my center. I'm connected through my shoulders and arms. I want you to bend your legs so your feet just come off the floor and your knees are right over your hips. Okay, and your lower legs are pretty relaxed. We're about to do a développé, but don't think of it as a développé. I want you to just extend your legs from your knees and keep the heavy weight of the thighs. That's what I mean by don't think like, oh God, I have to do a développé here. And then reverse, bend the legs, touch the toes down and stretch the legs along the floor. So my messaging is that I want you to keep the ease through the legs, okay? So we développé up. And we reverse coming down. And again, you slide your toes in, knees over the hips, easy extension of the knees, and then fold the knees, bring the toes to the floor, and stretch and slide them along the floor. And again, so we're challenging our centering and our abdominal work by adding these legs, and then envelope the legs down. That's it. One more time, developing them up. And envelope them down. Good stuff, everybody. Can you all just bend? Let's say we're all going to bend our right leg so that my cueing makes sense. Okay. If I have my right leg bent, I'm going to roll onto my left hip. So the right side of my pelvis rolls off. So I've rotated through the lumbar spine, and then I'm going to roll my pelvis back down. Okay, and your right leg, your knee stays pointing up to the ceiling. So inhale, in fact, your knee might reach a little further, but it doesn't cross your midline. And then roll the pelvis back. That's it, everybody. And again, roll the pelvis toward the left. And roll it back. I'm just going to have a look. And again, roll the pelvis. You want to remember this initiation for later, and then roll the pelvis back. Excellent. Switch legs. And let's try that on the other side. So your midline is your spine. Okay, so your knee is not going to cross the midline. It's going to kind of stay in its lane. So roll to the right side of the pelvis, the left side lifts up, and then roll the pelvis back down. And again, inhale, roll, and exhale, return. We'll do two more. Remember this initiation from the pelvis. Okay. Bend both legs so the legs are together. Remember, they're going to act as one leg. You're going to bring your knees to the side and you're going to look in the other direction. So we're rotating knees, let's say to the right, eyes looking to the left, and then pull back to the center. Other side. Pull back to the center. Once more each side. Pull back. Other side. And pull back. Développé the legs back up to the ceiling, everybody. Try to keep some ease in the way that you're working. Inhale, turn your legs out so your heels are together. Exhale, open to that second position. Inhale, draw the heels together up to the ceiling, and then roll back to parallel. Here we go, turning out, open to second, reach heels together, and close. One more time. That's it. And close. This time, just open in parallel, just to understand the difference of opening in parallel. It probably won't go as far, but then what you're going to do is you're going to roll the pelvis so that you kind of teeter-totter. One leg is to the floor now, and one leg is up to the ceiling. Yes? And then close the legs back to the ceiling. Teeter-totter the other way, so the other hip lifts and the leg goes to the floor. I think we've got it, and pull back to the center. Good. Over to the side. Pull back to the center. One more time. Pull back to the center. Good. Everybody, envelope your legs down to the floor. We're going to add on. So développé the legs up again. Let's all say that we're going to open towards each other. Okay, so whatever leg that is for you. So let's open towards each other. The other hip and leg lifts, and then close the top leg to the bottom leg. And this is the best way we can kind of follow each other doing this. Okay, take the arm and bring it up to the ceiling, and then roll onto your side. Good, and we're going to repeat this a few times, okay? So open the arm and think of rotating the chest towards the ceiling, and then come back. Come back onto your side. One more time. Come back onto your side. That's it, everybody. Open one more time. Bring the top leg to the ceiling and close back to the center. Good. We're going to go in the other direction, so you'll just have to listen. Open to the other side. Lift the hip up toward the ceiling. Close leg over leg. That's it. And now close arm over arm. Good. Can you stay on your side there for a moment? Exactly. So imagine your legs could stay together as one leg, and then open the arm to the ceiling and focus on rotating the chest and the spine. That's it. Close that arm. And open. One more time. Close. And open. That's looking great, everybody. And then bring the leg up to the ceiling and close. And then envelope the legs down to the floor. Very good. You're going to roll yourself up, so bring the hands to the legs if you need to. Look towards your feet and curl your way up. And then just stretch forward there for a moment. And then roll yourself up a little bit at a time. Okay, let's face each other again. This time we'll do something called the saw. So find again that sort of ease of how you can sit here. The pelvis is weighted down. The center is lifting you up. And we're going to flex your feet and lift one arm. And then you're going to twist just enough to hold the opposite foot. And you're sort of looking to the side there. So we have a rotation and we have a contraction, and we're going to gently pulse in that shape. So we go. Inhale, come back to the center. Remember that recentering. That's it. And lower the arm. Great. Other side. Inhale, flex and lift. Exhale, contract up and over. Equal space between the vertebrae. And we pulse. Center. And lower. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, flex and lift. Scoop the belly. See if you can go a little further and gently pulse. Come up to the center and lower. Last time. Keep the weight on the pelvis. Keep it heavy into the floor. And we pulse. And center. And lower. Great. Okay, let's go into that diamond shape again. Right. We're going to take our arms here. And this is going to be a double inhale. So maybe watch once. It's going to be inhale, inhale another time to rotate. Exhale, press the arm down. And then recenter on the inhale. And exhale, lower. So it goes. And we want to think about where our eyes are looking. Here we go. Look to the back corner, look way past your fingers, recenter and lower, all together. Last one. And circle the arms behind you. Great. Okay. I want you to bring your legs together. We're going to rotate them side to side. So we did this the other day. We're going to point on the inhale, exhale to rotate, and then let's just go side to side. One more. Here's another double inhale. So it goes. And then both hands to the floor. Circle that arm. Other side. Double inhale. So this is eyes front, eyes to the back corner. Exhale, eyes down. Circle the arm. Other side. Double inhale. And exhale, stay there, everybody. You're turning out your top leg. So bring the knee away from the other one and close. Turning out and close. Just two more. Remember that ease that we're working with. Circle the arm. Face each other. Yes, other side. Double inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, turning that leg out and close. Last one. Circle the arm. Bring the legs back to the center. And then what we're going to do is slide them along to the side so we can end up on our side. And I put this all together so hopefully we can follow each other well here. All right, so you're on your side. Your top leg is turned out. Now we're going to développé this one leg, but nice and easy through the hip. And then we're going to enveloppé, so we'll like passe. And then we're going to reach that leg behind and come up a little bit. So we're working under that bottom side and a little bit of help from the arm. It's like a small arabesque. And then we come down and return. Nice and easy through that working leg. And we're looking out away from the back foot. One more time. And from here, everybody, come up into this half diamond position. Okay, and we're going to move from that back hip. So we inhale, roll the hip. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, roll the hip. Exhale, bring it back. It's trying to get as heavy as it can on the floor there. One more time. So the pelvis, that hip is going to lead in both directions. So you're going to inhale and exhale to spiral to one side. My back hip is definitely off. And then my back hip returns and I bring my arm up and over. Exactly. So the hip is the initiator in both directions. Here we go. Hip leads you back. And again. Hip leads you back. One more. And it leads you back. Good stuff. And then you're going to take that back leg and you're going to thread it under. And then you're going to take the other one and thread it under. It's just a little transition thing. Thread it under. Thread it under. Exactly. We're going to get back to that initial side that we were on. And then you're going to do your little figure eight business and bring that leg out to the side. So this, do you remember we did this the other day? So we're heading there, just so you know. So we're doing a little figure eight, a little loosening of the hips, and then we're just trying to land on both hips. A little figure eight, a little land on both hips. That's it, a little figure eight and land. And one more time, figure eight. And then we're gonna end up here. And we pulse that long, long side bend. So this arm is to the side, that's it. Last one. Flex and hold on to that foot. So this is similar in that you slice the arm across to face the straight leg, and then the arm comes up and over, just like we did with our spiral. So we press it across. We up and over. And again, pressing across. Up and over. One more time. And across, up and over. Good, okay. And then come up here and we're gonna close legs together. Okay, can you do that little threading business again? So threading under as I check the time. Good, okay. Threading, threading, Then this threading is gonna get us into, we're gonna get stuck on one side and into this little elegant position here. If it's possible for you, if this feels like a bad idea for your hips or for your knees, okay, then you can just stick with your diamond position. Okay, so I just want to make sure you know that that's an option. Do you feel like you're kind of ready for this position? It takes me like this long to get ready for this position. Do you feel like it's doable to work in a little bit? Okay, so we are going to, let me think, we're side bending this way, so towards the underneath foot. And then the sweeping action is going around and we're reaching with the same arm as the top leg. Yeah, do you want to watch once? So it's going to go like this. So we're trying to be free in the upper body, although we're in a pretzel situation on the bottom half. Here we go. Circle around. One more. Circle around. And then take your top leg and bring it around to the back. So we're kind of in this fourth position on the other side. Okay. I want you to come down to your elbow and I want you to circle. So the chest is circling. Again. Once more. And then circle it to come up through the center. Bring your legs together. And then stretch out along the other side. And let's see if we can remember this on the other side. Make sure you're going to have your top, your other leg on top. Yes, you've switched sides. Turn out that leg. And we start back with a little développé. And then you're going to bend that leg. You stretch it behind you and you're working underneath the bottom side. And really look far away that back from that back foot. And we développé. And enveloppe to stretch out to that long arabesque. And again. One more. Stretch into that long arabesque. And then find your way into your half diamond position. So your heel's kind of in line with your midline and your thighs have made the half of the diamond, okay? We're gonna roll that hip forward on the inhale and roll it back. You're trying to just let it be as heavy as it can be. Roll it forward and roll it back, because remember, that's gonna be the initiator. And one more time, roll it forward and roll it back. Okay, so it's going to initiate your spiral. Here's our slice across. And then lead with the hip and go up and over with the arm to return. That's it. Again. Up and over. Let your eyes scan across your room. One more time. And up and over. Good stuff. Do the first threading on this side. So we go under, and under and under. That's it. Until we end up back where we started. So resume, and then we're figure eighting that leg. So we have a little figure eight into sitting on both hips. Figure eight, sitting on both hips. That's it. And again, good stuff. One more time. And then we are there. And we pulse this side bend. Try to stay lifted on both sides of your waist. So we're not collapsed here. We're quite active. One more time. Flex and hold that foot. We slice across on a breath. And then we up and over. And we slice across. We're trying to face the straight leg, up and over. One more. And then come up to this diagonal position. And we're going to close that leg. And then we're going to thread it under a few more times. And maybe knowing that we're about to get into this shape, maybe make the threading kind of tight. So you got to work to get that leg through. So we're turning in and turning out through the hips. And we just have to remember to end on the other side. Yes, so did you make your way to the other side? Good. All right, so then we're side bending towards the bottom foot, let's say. And then we circle and we reach to the other corner. That's it. So our eyes are really looking around here. So they're looking forward, they're looking down, and then they're looking out. And the spine is trying to move fluidly without interruption, with whatever range you have, without pushing it, and circle around. Take the top leg, circle it around to the back, and then go down on one elbow. And the arm now is circling to open the chest. And then you rotate in the arm circles in front. So we have take your focus far up past the rooftop and down through the floor and past the rooftop and down to the floor. And one more time. And bring yourself all the way back up. And let's come on to both knees. And I just want you to sit back here. If this position was less friendly at the beginning, maybe it's a little more friendly now. Okay. And then we're going to make ourselves or get ourselves back up to our feet. Make our way back up to our feet is what I'm trying to say. So flex the toes behind you. And then let's walk our way in. So we're kind of like in this little ball shape. And if there's any little like stiffness or little spots in the back that we didn't quite lengthen, this is your moment to do it. So there's a lot of space in the front of the spine, a lot of space in the back of the spine. So can you take a breath to stretch your legs and press your heels to the floor? And then take a breath to plie
and really round the spine. And again, take a breath to stretch. A breath to plie. And again, a breath to stretch. And a breath to plie. And stretch and hold. You can always take space between the feet if that's better. And then take 4 breaths to roll up. So moving the pelvis, keeping the legs heavy. A breath to lengthen the waist above the pelvis. Lengthen the ribs and the shoulders and the neck and head. And if you want to adjust your camera for the last few minutes standing, that would be great. Okay, so take that hip width position, hands on the hips, and we're going to hinge forward. So reach the tailbone in one direction, the head in the other. That's on a breath. And then stand on both feet as you come up. One breath to hinge, stretching your spine out of itself. And return to the center. Take that again, long, long spine. And center. And take that long spine and stay. Keep your hands on your hips. So when you take a small bend of the knees, don't let your pelvis change. So it's quite small, sits bones reaching behind you. You might get a deep stretch back there. And then stretch the legs. Small plie, reach the sits bones behind you, the head in front of you, and stretch. And one more time, small plie, reach, and stretch. And then press into your heels to come back up to vertical. Separate the legs just a little bit wider. Let the arms relax. Let's go back to that roll down we did at the beginning. So just take a moment again to stand on 2 feet where we started. Arms can be relaxed. Take 3 breaths to roll down. And just sort of take in any changes, any new areas that you're aware of as you roll down. And then as you roll up, keep your feet grounded in the floor. Lengthening up through the spine. Remember how important those vertebrae are in your neck as you come up. That's it. Good stuff. Stay there on those 2 feet. I just want you to figure 8 your fingers and wrists a few times. So you're leading with your thumb. So we're leading thumb and thumb and thumb. That's it. And thumb. And again, getting a little bit of articulation through those hands. And then what if we did the reverse? So lead with your pinky and pinky and pinky and pinky. That's it. One more time, everybody. And then just bring the arms down by your sides. You're going to breathe them way out. Feel as tall as you can. Hold that inhale. Exhale, let all the air out. Breathing in. Look way out, not at your screen. Look way out past your eyes. Feel the stretch on both sides of the waist. And then let all the air out. One more time, stretch up. Your feet are going down. Your spine is lengthening up. Your eyes are out. And then allow your eyes to close. Just stand there again on 2 feet. Hopefully there's some sort of innate length in the spine that doesn't require as much effort. That's what you worked this whole class, so that should carry you through today, maybe even a few days. Feeling the feet grounded into the floor. And just let your breath come back to normal. And then you can blink a few times as you let your eyes open. And be thankful for your moving body and all its parts. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Jackie. It's been a great week.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here all week, Moira.
It's been fantastic.
Yay.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Amazing.
You're welcome. Thanks,
Good to see you
Yvonne.
again, Natalie.
Thank you,
Natalia.
guys. Thank you, girls. And gentlemen.
Thanks, everybody. If you have any questions,
Jackie, thanks a lot.
send
Thank
me a
you.
note.
See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
Nikki.
Jacqueline.
Thanks
Bye,
for being there,
Takako.
everybody.
Nice to see
Thank
you.
you too.
Nice to see you. It was so much awakening myself. It was so wonderful. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Good
My
to see you,
pleasure.
Takako.
See you. Bye, Yvonne.
Bye, Takako. You were
Thanks,
great yesterday,
Sarah.
Sarah. Sarah, you were great yesterday.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks for watching. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Send me a recording, please.
Mhm.
I will. They might be
Yeah, me too.
recording it like as a podcast. So I'll see whenever it's finished, I'll send it on.
That's
Excellent.
great.
Okay. Bye.
Jackie.
Thanks so much,
Welcome.
Jacqueline. So good.
Bye.
Is this recording also, why would, like, I wasn't sure why Lana was recording. Is it?
I
For
just
you?
asked her to. I said, can you record it? Because she was going to miss the last half hour.
Okay.
So I just asked her to record it. So she pinned my video. So it would be
Yeah.
whatever I was doing or saying.